Shit, how do I turn this off? लाइव हो गया, चालू हो गया है क्या? ठीक है, एक मिनट, मेरे को इसमें चालू करने का पहले मैं एक्चुअली गाली निकलने का बहुत बड़ा खतरा है. मैं पहले खुद को शांत करने के लिए कुछ तरीका ढूंढना पड़ेगा. देयर इज अ वेरी हाई पॉसिबिलिटी कि मैं गाली निकालूंगा मुंह से, तो पहले ही थोड़ा शांत करने का कोशिश करता हूँ. उसको जप करके शुरू कर देता हूँ मैं. ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्. ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः. जटादवीगलज्जलत्प्रवाहभावितस्थले कलेवलम्यलम्बितां भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकं डमड्डमड्डमड्डमड्डमर्वयं चकारचण्डताण्डवं तनोतु न शिवा शिवम्. जटाकटा सम्भ्रमभ्रमन्निलिम्प निर्झरी विलोलवीचिवल्लरी विराजमानमूर्धनि दगड्दगड्दगज्ज्वलल्ललाटपट्टपावके किशोरचन्द्रशेखरे रति प्रदक्षिणं मम. धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी विलासबन्धुबन्धुरस्फुरद्दिगन्तसन्तति प्रमोदमानमानसे कृपाकटाक्षधूरणी निरुद्धदुर्धरापदी क्वचिद्दिगम्बरे मनोविनोदमेतु वस्तुनि जटाभुजङ्गपिङ्गलस्फुरत्फनामणिप्रभा कदम्बकुङ्कुमद्रवप्रलिप्तदिग्वधूमुखे मदान्तसिन्दुरस्फुरत्वगुत्तरीय मेधुरे मनोविनोदमद्बुधं विवर्तु भूतभर्तरी सहस्रलोचना प्रभृत्य शेषदेकशेखर प्रसूनधूलिधूरणी विधूसराग्रवीतभूभुजङ्गराजमालयानि बद्धजाटचूटका श्रियचिराय जायतं चकोरबन्धुशेखरा. ललाटचत्वरज्वलद्धनञ्जयस्फुलिग्गवानि पीतपञ्चसायकं नमन्निलिम्पनायकं सुधामयूखलेखया विराजमान शेखरा महाकपालि सम्पदे शिरोजदालमस्तु नाकरालभालभत्तिका धगड् धगड् धगज्ज्वलद्धनञ्जयाहुतीकृतप्रचण्ड पञ्चसायके धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी कुचाग्रचित्रपत्रका प्रकल्पने कशिल्पिनी त्रिलोचने रतिर्ममा नवीनमेघमण्डली निरुद्धधुर्धरस्फुरत्कुहू निशितिनी तमा प्रबन्धबद्धकन्दरं निलिम्बनिर्जरी धनस्तनोतु कृत्तिसिन्धुरा कलानिधानबन्धुरा श्रियं जगद्धुरन्धरा. प्रफुल्लनीलपङ्कजं प्रपञ्चकालिमप्रभावलम्भिकण्ठकन्दरी रुचिप्रबद्धरं स्मरच्चितं पुरच्चितं भवच्चितं मखच्चितं गजच्चितान्तगच्छितं तमन्तगच्छितं भजे. अखर्व सर्वमङ्गलां कलाकदम्ब मञ्जरी रसप्रवाह माधुरी विजृम्भना मधुव्रतं स्मरान्तकं पुरान्तकं भवान्तकं मखान्तकं गजान्तकान्तकान्तकं तमन्तकान्तकं भजे. जयत्वदभ्रमभ्रमद्भुजङ्गमस्वसादिनिर्गमत्क्रमस्फुरत्करालभालहव्यवद्धिमिद्धिमिद्धिमिध्वनं मृदङ्गतुङ्गमङ्गलं ध्वनिक्रमा प्रवर्तिता प्रचण्डताण्डव त्रिशद्रिचत्रदल्पयोर्भुजङ्गमुक्तिकसरजोर्गरिष्ठरत्नलोष्टयो सोरधिपक्षपक्षयो तृणारविन्द्रचक्षुषो प्रजामहि महेन्द्रियो समप्रवर्तिका कदा सदाशिवं भजाम्यहम्. कदा निलिम्बनिर्जरीनिकुञ्चकोटरे वसन्विमुक्तधुर्मती सदा शिरस्तमञ्जलिं वहन् विलोललोललोचनो ललामभाललग्नकाशी वेति मन्त्रमुच्चरन् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम्. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्. शंभो महादेव. गाली नहीं निकलना चाहिए भगवान मुझे. अच्छा, एक्चुअली this video I intend to make it primarily addressing a statement that I saw on Twitter by Mr. Pepe Escobar. He is apparently a Brazilian journalist who claims to be BRICS expert, but he has for the last 2-3 years he has been making fake predictions. Today he actually crossed the limit. Of course, a lot of their predictions were predominantly anti-India, Indo-Phobic statements. He has made these statements on Western YouTubers channels, on a Brazilian channel as well. So the reason that I am making this video is I just want to put it on record, boss. This is unacceptable. A lot of people who have gained legitimacy by supporting Russia. Between 2021 and 2023, you gained legitimacy by supporting Russia. And now you have suddenly become an expert. You are telling how the world's most populous country should behave. You are publicly taking potshots on our leader. You have crossed the line. Just because you appear on some American YouTube channels doesn't mean that you have become some kind of an expert. Because you might not know this. If you look at the live chat of all those YouTube channels, the viewers are all a bunch of racists. But anyways, that is your call. It is your country, boss. That is none of our concern. I actually want to put on record this was a statement that Mr. Pepe Escobar made on another Brazilian YouTuber's channel just around the time of the Kazan summit. At the time, he was like, Turkey is going to come in. Turkey did not come in, become a member, okay, of BRICS. He made all those fake analysis. We will do like this, and even in that, he made some statements about India. Being a Brazilian journalist, sitting with another Brazilian analyst, he has no clue what happened during the coronavirus period when Brazil was suffering a serious upsurge of cases, and India sent in vaccines. You say India is not, you are pro China, right? China sent coronavirus to Brazil. India sent medicines to Brazil. India sent vaccines to Brazil. And you are sitting along with another Brazilian YouTuber. You are both passing random. The host is allowing the guest to pass random statements on India, and you are the one passing the statements. Both are completely clueless. So this is something I want to put on record, boss. This has crossed the limit. All of you people saying I am BRICS analyst, geopolitical for the last 3 years, 4 years, you have just been doing world wars. This won't be acceptable anymore. If you want to continue, you do it. It is your choice. You want to do world war to generate ad revenue, to kind of make some money from ad revenues and get some networking done. Somebody will invite you to kind of give a speech or something. It is your call. You do it. You have to feed yourself. You have to feed your family. Do it. But the moment you start taking pot shots on 1.4 billion Indians, you've had it. You've had it, because we are no longer going to take all of these racist rants and colonial era narratives. We intend to give it back right on the spot. We have seen a lot of these Western experts. Like, I'll start naming names now. Hey, this Scott Ritter, he's another racist jerk. गाली निकलने वाला, another racist jerk. Okay. This there is this I don't have the video recording, but there is this Western analyst called Glenn Deason. He's a misattributing plagiarizer. I can tell you the dates as well. On October 1st, Dr. Jayashankar was in Carnegie. He made a statement that India's foreign policy is multi-vector, and he explained it, saying that India not only works with the G7, India is also working with BRICS. India has got good relation with the US, and it has got good relation with Russia. India has got good relation with the Russia, and it has got good relation with Ukraine. India has a good relation with Israel. India has a good relation with Palestine. So he said multi-vector. This Mr. Glenn Deason, he chose that word, he plagiarized it, started misattributing to the Chinese foreign policy. He went to many Western channels and said that Chinese foreign policy is multi-vector. I did not record those videos. I was thinking I'll do it afterwards. This continued from the first week of October to somewhere around the last week of October. I did not save it, because if today I had that videos with me, I could have given it back to him as well. But yes, it's not a problem. You will do it again. All these fake analysis, you will do it again. But now I intend to do it live. I intend to give it back to you. I intend to rebut it, all of your fake analysis. And whichever Western YouTuber is calling you, inviting you to get clicks and ad revenues, I intend to bust them as well. And once we have this detailed list, we are going to send it to the BRICS Chamber of Commerce, and we are going to ask them how many of these people are you dealing with. Again, this is actually a project that I had in mind for India. I also need a practice ground. So I'm going to trash all of you Western racists, all of you fake analysts, and from that and when I make mistakes in that, I'm going to learn from it, and I intend to implement it for the Indian media bias report. That I'll make sure that that circulates within India at least. So let me start by sharing this. Actually, this is a video from Mr. Pepe Escobar statement just before Kazan summit. So this is something. Let me share this. Share screen, mein window, QuickTime player. I don't know if this is going to come. Let me just check if this is coming.
If
Ideally,
Erdogan
people
is
should be
really-
able to listen to it. But anyways, I don't mind clipping it later on. Let me just see if this... it's not live. Not sure.
now making a strict.
Yeah, it's not live. It is not coming here. So let me share this video. This was on September 20, 2024. Now, listen to what this genius has to say. Okay, there are three crucial... Erdogan, yeah, if you look at this, it's done also because most of them are secularists and they are not politically fond of shenanigans, but it would be great to get an inside view of West. If Erdogan, let's start.
I cancelled my mid-journey.
Unfortunately, ad chalana padega. Okay, now
an inside view
listen to
in Istanbul. If Erdogan is really now making a strategic long-term move with enormous repercussions, first of all, he will be accepted at BRICS. There's no question about that. Number one.
Okay. He himself is claiming he would be accepted at BRICS. After the summit, did he come back and say, okay, fine, yeah, I made this wrong assumption, Turkey did not get in? Did he come back and say that? No. And this gentleman, Mr. Nima, he is apparently a Brazilian. At least that is what this channel says. So let me just confirm that he is from Brazil. This tab instead. So this is, he is saying he is from Brazil. Okay, this gentleman, Mr. Dialogue Works. So what he is saying is, let's assume that Turkey enters BRICS formally, which it did not. You should come back and apologize saying this was a mistake. Next year, strong possibility will be that the US and the NATO's reaction, you cannot be a member of both. He's saying you cannot be a member of both. Okay. And the question, because the war, okay, one of the parameters of this war is that there's a Western war against BRICS, I believe. This is a...
Number two, let's assume that Turkey enter BRICS formally next year. Strong possibility.
Strong possibility it did not happen. You should come back and say that, apologize, I made this was a mistake, I was hoping it. And you should also disclose your conflict of interest, that they invited you, they hosted you, they fed you, they wined you, dined you. These are all conflict of interest which you are supposed to say. You cannot say that I am a freelance journalist and just end it that way. Pass off your own... See, across the global south, there are stray dogs. If you feed a stray dog, that stray dog will wag its tail towards you. You are that stray dog from global south. If anybody wines you, feeds you, wines you and dines you, you will start wagging your dog. China will do... If China is feeding you, they will say China is very wonderful. Russia is feeding you, will say Russia is wonderful. Turkey is feeding you, will say Erdogan is very wonderful. So you are a bloody stray dog. You are not any expert or geopolitical expert or BRICS analyst. Let's be very clear. Now, you can wag your tail to whomever you want to, but this... No Indian, your statements against India is clear that no Indian is feeding you. So you are continuing your bullshit. Okay, please continue.
What will be the US and NATO's reaction? You cannot be a member of both.
Yes. Now let me tell you this, boss. This statement that you made last year, this year, India is going to attend the G7 summit tomorrow. Prime Minister Modi is going to attend the G7 summit tomorrow. And after a month, he is going to attend the BRICS summit a month after that in Brazil. So you are talking about NATO and BRICS. India is right now attending both G7 and the BRICS. Your binary mind cannot understand it, boss. You are just an old Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg in an old man suit. Let's accept it.
It's out of the question because the war, one of the parameters of this war is that this is a Western war against BRICS.
Western war against BRICS. India is right at the center managing both of it. This is a foreign policy you can't comprehend. Okay.
Forget that the three top so-called existential threats to the United States.
Your mind is fixated on United States because that is how you've made your life in a dollarized world.
According to the Americans, are Russia, China, and Iran, which we can say nowadays over and over again. These are the three.
Now, when you're talking about Russia, China, and Iran, just watch how things unfold right now. Okay, because when you're talking about Russia, China, and Iran, what is happening in Iran? Let's see what Russia does. Forget about the statements. Let's see how many people actually put their feet on ground. Do you think Russia is going to send soldiers to support Iran? Do you think Russia is going to send ammunition and support and money to Iran? Do you think China is going to send its soldiers to Iran? No, they are not going to do it.
Three crucial BRICS, even more than India. And we're going
Even more than India. And this gentleman, Mr. Nima, who is sitting along with him, who is from Brazil, he should
to see how India is going to behave next month.
How India is going to behave. Now listen to this. Boss, you are a brown piece of shit. Don't pretend to be a white racist. I repeat, you are a brown piece of shit, not a white racist. You might have been invited to Western American YouTube channels to continue your garbage because it might attract their views. Most of them are retired people in their 60s and 70s. You are also in that category. They might have invited you to those channels to continue this garbage. But remember, at the end of the day, you are not a white racist. You are a brown piece of shit.
Kazan, because India wants to be on the forefront of BRICS, which they are not.
When you say India is on the forefront of BRICS, there is nothing called as forefront of BRICS. Everybody has got the same rights. There is no difference. There is literally no difference. Nobody has got any special power. Nobody something extra. Let's be very clear on that. If you're talking about BRICS, but again, your binary mind can't understand this.
Itself, a leader of the global south.
Again, the leader of the global south. When you're talking about global south as well, everybody is an equal. There is no leader and there is no follower. Everybody has got an equal voice. This is something which is something you can't understand. How can everybody be the same? Somebody has to be above, somebody has to be below. This is your binary thinking, boss. And interestingly, this gentleman, Mr. Nima, who is sitting, I'm a podcaster. Well, boss, if you're a podcaster, if you're saying dialogue works, at least you should know what you're talking about. You're a Brazilian sitting in Brazil. Don't you have any idea of who sent coronavirus and who sent vaccines? You should have rebutted him. What you are doing is everybody is sitting, everybody is saying the same thing. And you said, okay, fine. Now I'm getting ad revenue. I'm getting a lot of weightage. And this has got 72,000 in the last 1 year, 72,500 views, 72,600 views. So you might have made $70 from this video, and this is in the first 10 minutes.
So if you are a leader of the global south and you are within BRICS, you have to be on top. And
we don't have to be on top. BRICS is about equality, which is something what you don't understand, boss.
For the moment, they're not. They are a side actor.
When you say side actor, you are a Brazilian journalist. What would you say? What is Brazil? You said the top three, Russia, India, and Iran. What is Brazil? If you're saying India is a side actor, what would you say Brazil? You are supposed to be a Brazilian journalist, right? And Russia and China, you have put it more than your own nationality. See, the thing about BRICS is everybody in the BRICS is a nationalist. You are a globalist. You have forgotten that you are a Brazilian. So right now, Russia and China are feeding you. They are entertaining you. They are feeding you. So for you, they have become more important than your own nationality. So this is your reality, boss.
At best. So this means they have to make up their mind on what they're going to do with the Quad.
What they do with Quad, we will do what? Who the hell are you? Just because China gave you a couple of biscuits or throwaway biscuits, you are going to dictate what the foreign policy of 1.4 billion people has to be. You are apparently visiting a lot of American YouTube channels. Looks like their racism is rubbing off on you. You are literally beginning to think that you are a white supremacist. Sorry, boss, those European settlers are. You are not. You are a brown piece of shit. You are not a white racist.
If they're going to become an active member of Quad or basically tell the Americans, okay, we're part of it, but not doing.
Again, we will tell it. You have got no authority to talk about and what we should be doing. You can say whatever you want to, but disclose the fact that who is feeding you on that day.
Anything in practical terms. And of course, if they are willing to finally solve the remaining problems they have with China.
Willing to, again, this is what I said. These are Chinese. China is feeding him. So, who are you to say? China has got their own problems, boss. You know what? They've got people like you, all old people. They don't know what to do. They don't have young people anymore. Okay. They have got their own set of problems. And let me be very clear, boss, as far as India and China is concerned, these people, 1.4 billion people in China, everybody says the same thing. 1.4 billion people in India, we have our different opinions, we can express our different opinions. Now, you made this statement. Actually, I got to know about this from Dr. Ankit Shah's statement. Okay. And I said, why is he tagging Mr. Pepe Escobar? And he's somebody that I've already hidden because I don't want to see his face. And then I realized that he is passing a comment on Narendra Modi ji. He had received a phone call from Netanyahu of Israeli briefed me on the wall. I said, and this response, what a lowly coward. Imbecile enough not to understand. Now, look at the goals of this Brazilian. 1 month before the BRICS summit in Brazil, he is taking a dig at the leader of another country, which is also a member of BRICS. Now, this seems like actually an intentional attempt to sabotage BRICS. Doesn't it seem so? He's just riling up people from one BRICS country against the other. And if you listen to this speech that he made, he was talking garbage about India. That too for somebody for Turkey, on behalf of Turkey, on behalf of America, who are not BRICS members. So where was your ethical standards, boss? Like I said, all these racist American opinions are rubbing off on you. Please remember that you are a brown piece of shit. You are not a white racist. No matter how much you try to be. You might get some ad revenues, you might get some networking today, but that will end at the end of this year. You spoke about NATO and G7, right? Oh, किस दिस भाई क्या बोलता है? नमस्कार भाई. अरे मैं अभी देखा यार, मेरे को एक्चुअली गाली निकलते जा रहा था मुंह से. So let me continue with this. So what happened was, मैं क्या बोल रहा था, मैं फ्लो में जा रहा था एक्चुअली. व्हेन आई सॉ यू मेरा ये चले गया. So what my point is, Mr. Escobar, see, you are free to have whatever opinions you want to, but at the end of the day, this is what you are. Okay, you are basically Greta Thunberg wearing an old man suit. Let's be very clear about that. You are no BRICS expert. In this video itself, you clearly mentioned that Turkey is going to come. Turkey did not come. Did you come back and apologize saying that sorry, it was a mistake? No, you did not. You instead decided to pile on top of India. And now you are making the statement against our leader. Do you understand 1.4 billion people? How many people that is? You can't even count the zeros, boss. You've forgotten your own nationality. No, you say India is a side actor. Then what is Brazil? You tell me what is Brazil, boss? India is a side actor. Then what is Brazil? When all the agenda was going on, where Elon Musk propagated agenda against the Brazilian Supreme Court judge, what was your position on that? Would you allow an American tech company CEO to spread garbage about your one of the regulatory appointees? Do you think that is possible? We won't accept it, boss. At least in India, we won't accept it. And you are making statements like India is a side actor. Who the hell are you, boss? At least openly disclose your conflict of interest. Who is the one feeding you? Who is the one who is sponsoring you? Be honest about it. You can't do that. Why? This is basically Greta Thunberg. And honestly, boss, you and Greta Thunberg are literally fighting for the same cause of free Palestine. Palestine cannot be free, boss. A lot of money has been spent on Palestine. Who is going to pay it? Are you going to pay it? How can it be free, boss? It is not free. Ascertain a fixed value. This is the amount of donation aid that was given to Palestine, and say this much amount of dollars, Palestine. Whoever wants to buy, let them pay. You are saying this is about Islam. How is it about Islam, boss? Arabs are the real Muslims. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was a Muslim. He was an Arab. Sorry, my mistake. He was an Arab. Now today you're talking about the Arabs are the real minority Muslims. How is Turkey an Islamic country? The Ottoman attacked Kaaba, the holy places of Islam. How have they become suddenly bigger Muslims than the original Muslims? They are converted kafirs, but the entire Ottoman is converted kafirs. What are you talking about, boss? Because of your all this narrative about Turkey becoming BRICS, I wrote a dedicated article and published it with those Think BRICS people. I clearly said that this is a fake narrative of an Islamic BRICS going on, which did not happen. Turkey did not join in. Now, do you have the guts to come back and say that, okay, fine, I made a mistake? Do you know how many mistakes you've done? Even today, I believe you did another video with the same person saying that today you did the same video, to another video with the same person saying that, what do you say? World War III is going to happen. For 4 years, you have been doing World War, boss. There has never been a World War. It was European Civil War that they brought in the colonies. There was never a World War. It was purely European Civil War, and the European Civil War is not going to happen again. And let's be very clear about it. There has never been a World War. If World War I and World War II has not happened, how can there be a World War III? It was European Civil War I and European Civil War II. It's just common sense, boss, and you're saying that you're an expert. Basic common sense you don't have. How can you be a geopolitical expert? You are currently propagating a lot of narratives for China. This is exactly why I made a video, guys. I made a video yesterday targeting the BRICS media. This is something I have in mind. I'm going to focus on all of these Western experts. I intend to give it to them real good, and based on that, I am going to pick out some points and create a media accountability report. So, uske liye, again, I have put an RTI today because that is something that I want to focus on the Indian media. But for Indian media to work, I need to bash these foreign experts to practice. So every suggestion, open contribution, if you also guys want to join in, let's do the live together. I am open to that idea. Let's bash all of these people. We've had it. We've had enough of this racist rants by old people in their 60s and 70s. It's time we start giving it back to them. And even if it is those Europeans and Western geniuses, garden country boys, if we start giving it back to them, at least they'll tone it down. Please try to understand that these people are actually promoting anti-India sentiments and anti-India racism. So all of our people who are sitting in the West, they are going to get it from them, from all of these racists. You look at their live chats when their video is going on, you look at the live chats. There's so much racist garbage that is going on. Not a single one of them can condone slavery or colonial activities, colonial exploitation. They cannot. They are all BRICS experts. So this is something ideally we need to address. Ideally, कुछ तो करना चाहिए. We have to do something about it. मेरे को मालूम नहीं. I'm still figuring it out. क्या बोल रहा भाई? It's crazy to see that the West is way more interested. BRICS का media है ही नहीं. The entire BRICS is actually Western experts. I'll be very straightforward, but there is not a single. मैं तेरे को ये दिखा रहा. I'll show it to you. अभी मैं तेरे को दिखा रहा हूँ. Wait, एक minute. Share screen करके. Let me show this to you. अभी when you actually check this, We Love Africa करके एक channel है. ठीक है. You look at the subscribers. किधर गए रे? We Love Africa. ऐसा एक channel है. And you'll see that okay, people actually like Africa. हाँ, WLA. इसका, if you see this is a massive, the number of subscribers, where it is based out of United States. Almost 844k subscribers. View count them. They make shitloads of money. नाम Africa का है, but what are they are making money in the US. अभी again मैं Think BRICS का भी बता देता हूँ. Let me show that as well, because I was engaged with them for some time. थोड़ा time Kazan summit के पहले I thought let's see उसमें से कुछ निकल रहा है क्या, something can be done. I'll show you something interesting about them as well. एक second. वो लोग अगर तू देखेगा ना, they are based out of Italy. Again, I know some more things about them, but I'd rather not talk about it. If you look at them,
one thrilling shift.
Channel,
China, Gulf
based out of
cooperation
Italy.
countries, and ASEAN just changed everything. Isn't it?
This is based out of Italy. ये दोनों मियाँ बीवी है, husband wife है, and if you look at their Ankit Bhai ka is the top performing. Ankit Bhai is the most performing one, most popular. See, and ये बाकी का जितना पब्लिक है, you look at this, you'll get an idea of all of their experts are white. Eric, he is another racist terror supporter. This is a plagiarizer. Okay, this person is another Indian. I told you the other day, right? The India's real threat is this tiny country. और ये चला रहा है लोग. So this is again same thing. You ask Indians, will you shit on your country? अरे black screen नहीं है. View tab बीच में temporary black screen आएगा, but ideally it should be back. अभी आया क्या? एक second. Let me check it out again. एक सेकंड ना ब्रो, ये आया नहीं है इसमें. ये आया इसमें ब्लैक स्क्रीन आके. ओ राइट, ये इसमें मेरे को भी ब्लैक स्क्रीन आ रहा है. ये एक वी लव अफ्रीका करके चैनल है ब्रो. एक सेकंड मैं जरा स्टॉप शेयरिंग करता हूँ. वी लव अफ्रीका, दिस इज चैनल कॉल्ड एज वी लव अफ्रीका. इट इज बेस्ड आउट ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. थिंक ब्रिक्स करके चैनल है, दैट इज बेस्ड आउट ऑफ इटली. Okay, and even if you look at their again, I will not talk about ThinkBricks right now. I'll do that separately if required, because anyways I intend to address all the anti-India narratives in going around in the name of BRICS, because everybody is a European. Let's be very clear, these are all European economic refugees who are gaining legitimacy from Russia and spreading anti-India narratives. So let's just stop entertaining them. Ideally, we should have our own BRICS ka analysis. We should have Indians sitting and deciding what is happening. At least within our country, we can kind of reach out to the BRICS Chamber of Commerce, figure out what can be done. If you are talking about, there are a lot of young kids who will actually benefit from it. If they are sitting 2-3 months ka chutti hai, they don't have anything to do, jump in, boss. Start writing something, make videos, find out, do some research. There is a lot of scope for Indians to actually benefit from this. It can be done. So again, my point was, right now when I saw that, I thought I'll just record it and I'll just release. Thoda shant ho jayega. So that was the intent with which I recorded this, and I'm happy, bro, to aaya at least. We should have sometime discuss this, how we can do it, because let's be clear here, there's a lot of opportunity for us to work on. We can do a lot of activities on this lines, because instead of making random YouTube videos on short videos with our faceless YouTube videos, I think it is better that we start showing our face and making our research and analysis public. It will definitely benefit us, boss. And this model of YouTube content creation won't work, because when the dollar devalues, we won't be getting any money from it. There won't be any revenue generation. Instead, let's start focusing on. I've made एक channel बनाया है Eye of BRICS करके, but उसमें I've just put 2 short videos. I've published 2 articles on Substack, but again, that is something I can't do alone. There has to be more people. I'm actually hoping that young people take interest and say, okay, fine, we have free time. We'll spend some time, we'll do something. Again, I'm not doing it because उसमें से channel बना के मैं बनूंगा, I will be the face. I don't want to be the face. I'll be very honest. करना बहुत जरूरी है. अभी media bias के लिए, this is something interesting I got to know today. Today I filed an RTI specifically asking, is there any government body that regulates Indian media? There is no regulatory body. मैं बीच में चेक कर रहा था, Reuters or Business Standard, they published the same article. They had different people. Reuters में अलग author का नाम है, Business Standard में अलग author का नाम. Article same article है. It is the same article. There is literally no difference. So media accountability है ही नहीं. And there is another point that I actually wanted to talk about. This was about the Sergei Lavrov's Russian foreign minister's statement on RIC Troika. So in that statement, एक minute, I'll just share this one. I'll share that statement जिसमें Sergei Lavrov made that I hope कि आ रहा है ये. I hope black screen नहीं आ रहा है अभी. I hope. एक मिनट मैं भी चेक करता हूँ मेरा इसमें. इसमें आ रहा है क्या black screen? आ रहा है क्या bro? Nah, yes, it is coming. So in this one, in this RIC Troika में anti-China, हाँ, after this anti-Russia, anti-Chinese intrigues. Yes, in this one, he actually mentioned that India has got a lot of anti-China rhetoric, and I believe Quad. हाँ, ठीक है, but as they say, military political association, AUKUS, security dialogue called. Then we talked with our Indian friends. They emphasize they are interested in joining this for exclusive. No doubt that our Indian friends see this provocation very well. As for Indian anti-Chinese orientation of NATO, because in this statement, the work of Troika. So what he said is in this article, I have it in a different video where he said that there is a lot of anti-China sentiments being promoted within India. So how would the Russian foreign minister address the question of anti-India sentiments being propagated with Russian legitimacy? All of these BRICS experts, Russia is giving them legitimacy. So these people are spreading anti-India narratives. What about that? Why isn't the Russian? Does the Russian foreign ministry intend to handle this? Because this is unacceptable. You have got Russia has got a lot of terror sympathizers, Western terror sympathizers, Jason Hinkle, Scott Ritter. These are all terror sympathizers. Russia has invited all of those terror sympathizers inside their society. They are influencing their society. So this is going to come back to haunt Russia. Wait for 5 years. These same Europeans that have come in, economic refugees that have come inside, all of these European economies are going to create a societal conflict inside Russia. They will do it. Definitely they will do it. Because please understand that these Europeans created such a situation in Europe and have now run to Russia looking for greener pastures to feed on. So please acknowledge the fact that you have invited Trojan horses inside your society. So Russia is going to suffer for it. This is not my wish, or I'm just saying that, boss, I can see it clearly. Indians know what happened when they invited Pakistani YouTubers. Russia, why isn't that Russian society can learn that lesson? Ideally, Russians should also realize that if you invite these Western YouTubers inside your society, what is going to happen? Do you think that they are going to spread their anti-Muslim sentiments inside the Russian society? The Russian society have got Orthodox Christians and Slavic Muslims. So now there is a clear fault line which can be exploited. It is clearly visible that this fault line can be exploited. So these things are going to come back to haunt Russia. Not today, not tomorrow, not after 5 years. But after Putin, who is the next leader that you've got who is going to address this? This is a problem that is going to happen inside Russia. It clearly, it is very clearly visible. So again, and he is talking about RIC Troika, and he's saying that there is anti-China sentiments inside India. NATO is promoting. What about you promoting? And Sputnik is all inviting all these Pepe Escobar, that British jerk off, mother of all talk shows. So बोलता है boss, children are being abused. 14-15-year-old victims are becoming mothers in the age of 14 and 15. And he is holding a talk show saying mother of all talk shows. And what is he saying? Free Palestine. This is the degrade that those people have gone through. Shameless George Galloway. That was his name. Anyways, I intend to name and shame all of these BRICS people. And of course, I can't do it alone. It makes no sense. ऐसा बद्दा सा शक्ल वाला आदमी आके गाली देता रहेगा. That is too much negativity. We need more people to actually call it out, because once we start trashing the Western analysts, Indian analysts will realize on their own, boss, people will start trashing. So ideally, we should set a benchmark by trashing the Western people and all the Indian experts who are making wrong analysis, or they make mistakes. I'll give them credit. It's okay. Everybody makes mistake. I'll give them that credit. But ideally, उनको इतना मारो कि यहाँ वाले public सुधर जाए. That is my point. धो डालो उनको. Because at the end of it all, India is going to be at the center. So it is not just about we are saying that, okay, we are at the center. We should also exercise that, right? If we have Now, one thing that I have observed is a lot of people are making videos on YouTube. Even I am one of those people who is just making one. तुम लोग को बनाना तुम लोग भी बनाओ. But ideally, मेरा point क्या है? We need to कुछ तो कुछ useful निकालना है इसमें से. अभी reaction video, I did a reaction video on the Hindu article. I thought of okay, what to do next. I wanted to do an MEA ka press reaction video. I did one. I wanted to continue that work today, but because of Pepe Escobar, I got sidetracked. So when I was looking into it, I realized there is no media accountability in India. So we have to make a report discussing all the fake narratives. G7 का summit कल से चालू होने वाला. Please understand the level of fake news that is going to go on for the next 1 week. And if we are able to make a report for the G7 summit, we can build on it and we can kind of repeat that again for the BRICS summit in July. So when that happens in July, mere hisab se, it is my, I could be wrong. After Brazil, the next BRICS summit should be ideally held in India. Because Russia and Brazil switched it. Kazan का जो summit था ना 2024 का, वो actually Brazil में होने वाला था. But Brazil backed out, Russia hosted it and Brazil hosted it this year. So they switched it internally. Because ideally BRIC करके ही हो रहा है the summit. So ideally the next BRICS summit should happen in India. This is my opinion. I think so. I could be wrong. UAE इधर होएगा तो भी अच्छा ही है, but India will again have a player role. So if we are able to work on the G7 ka, I'll make a test. There is going to be a lot of mistakes. So G7 ka, I'll work on it. All opinion suggestions are welcome. I will definitely try to incorporate it to the best of my ability. उसमें mistakes रहेगा तो जो भी mistakes हो मेरे सर पे फुटने दो. G7 का press accountability के बाद BRICS summit का press accountability let's start. And BRICS summit, if we are hosting the BRICS summit again, that will be a 1-year event. जिसमें there will be a lot of events because that is how India, the internal domestic economy of India will work. So definitely these are ways that we need to explore. See, if we have young people who are researching on BRICS, who are researching on business, who are researching on IMEC, INSTC, these are all jobs, boss. You are creating jobs, you are creating subject matter experts. We won't be able to generate income. Abhi paisa banao nahi hoega. 3-6 mahina you'll have to put in some effort, but it can be done. Why do I have to let people like Pepe Escobar, Scott Ritter? Who are these people? Washed out old people here, 60-70-year-old racist jerks. They are making ad revenues. Why do you think? Do you really think that any of these people, even if they are alive or dead, their family doesn't care? Nobody has got any family. They don't have interpersonal relationship. They are advising on international relationship. Can you even believe it? अपना पब्लिक किधर है यार? अपना पब्लिक को लेके आएगा बच्चे लोग आए. Ideally, I want young people to see that अरे ये बुड्ढा आदमी बकवास कर रहा है, हम लोग भी करते हैं. करो यार. I insist. Please join in. बहुत जरूरी है. One person alone cannot do this. There is a lot of work that can be done. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बोल रहा हूँ वही करो. तुम लोग अपने हिसाब से करो. There is another trend going on YouTube. एक मिनट, I'll just stop the sharing. There is another trend going on YouTube. People are making faceless YouTube videos. They are cloning whose voice? Oprah Winfrey, Jordan Peterson. They are cloning their voice and they are putting pro-India statements. अरे भाई pro-India statements डालना है, अपने आवाज में डालो यार. Seriously बोल रहा हूँ, अपने आवाज में डालो. मेरा जैसा आ जाओ, सीधा लाइव आके शुरू कर दो. People won't listen. It's okay. That's fine. बहुत views नहीं आएगा. But the thing is, once you start doing it, you'll get clarity, not just your speech. मनसा वाचा कर्मणा बोलते ना, मन को भी थोड़ा शांति मिलेगा, वाक भी थोड़ा सुधरेगा और दिमाग भी क्लीन होएगा. और कर्मणा तो है, कर्मा तो बिल्ड करते रहो भाई, आगे जो होना है देखा जाएगा. कर्मा अपना बिल्ड करते रहो, because these are things that can be done. Ideally, a lot of Indians have got बहुत काम पड़ा है. वो नौकरी कोई दे नहीं सकता है, बहुत काम पड़ा है. ये पेपे एस्कोबार को बजाने, ऐसे सब लोगों को बजाने गए, लोगों उतार के बजाने गए लोगों. गाली नहीं निकलना चाहिए था. इसके लिए मैं शुरू में वो शिवतांडव स्तोत्रम बोल दिया, बोला भाई गाली तो नहीं निकलेगा. उसके बाद ये लोग को बहुत बुरी तरीके से बजाना चाहिए. लोग वी नीड टू डू समथिंग अबाउट दिस. तो Anyways, RIC Troika, when he spoke about RIC Troika won't happen because Russia is hosting anti-India elements. Russia is hosting terror sympathizers. And now is actually a very good time to get back at these BRICS experts. I'll tell you why. Because all of these BRICS experts, they supported Pakistan. Okay. When during the India-Pakistan conflict, they supported Pakistan, thinking that China will reward us for this. When they supported Pakistan, what happened is Pakistan का अपना field marshal is in US. Pakistan यहाँ पे full credit to Gaurav Arya statement, Major Gaurav Arya statement. I think that Pakistan can be used to stab Iran in the back. मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा कि अरे मेजर वो गौरव आर्य ने बोला, कॉमन सेंस है. पाकिस्तान stabs you in the back. That is why Pakistan was created. Pakistan stabbed India in the back. Pakistan stabbed Afghanistan in the back. Why do you think that they will let go of Iran? They will definitely stab Iran in the back. So all of these BRICS experts supported Pakistan, thinking we will get in the good books of China. Now Pakistan is going to screw Iran. Now they are saying, "Arey, we don't know what to do. We support Iran. We don't know what to do now because Russia and China, we support Iran." रशिया और चाइना हाथ उठाने वाला है. कौन भेजने वाला है उधर? पब्लिक हाथ उठाएगा ये लोग. And then what? Now comes the fun stuff. So all of these fake researchers, fake experts, even if we pick out their statements and we start giving it back to them, for 4 years you are doing World War III. और ये अपना पब्लिक भी कर रहा ही है, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं कर रहा. अपना पब्लिक भी World War III कर ही रहा है. But if we thrash the hell out of them, अपना पब्लिक को भी लगेगा, बोलता है भाई वो लोगों को गाली देने में ज्यादा समझदारी है वर्ल्ड वॉर 3 बनाने से अच्छा. तो एक शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. तो आइडियली दिस इज जस्ट एन अटेम्प्ट कि अपना माइंडसेट चेंज करो. बिकॉज ये जो चैनल है मैं डीकोलोनाइजेशन के इंटेंट से किया है. मैं देयर आर 2 अदर चैनल्स, ब्रिक्स के नाम पे, आई ऑफ ब्रिक्स करके, और एक बनाना मैन करके. वो तो भाई आम आदमी पार्टी से इंस्पायर्ड, केला आदमी पार्टी करके बनाया है. तो वो तो मेरे को सिर्फ मीडिया को बजाने के लिए मैं बनाया, मीडिया पे रिएक्शन वीडियो डालने के लिए. सो दीज आर, यहाँ पे मेरे को पब्लिकली वो जो G7 का मीडिया अकाउंटेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट भर रहा था वो मैं बनाना मैन में डालेगा. दैट इज समथिंग, केला आदमी पार्टी करके है. तो मालूम है थोड़ा विचित्र नाम है, बट दैट इज व्हाट इट इज. सो माय पॉइंट इज, ये जो मीडिया अकाउंटेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट है, मीडिया अकाउंटेबिलिटी रिपोर्ट में वहां पे डालेगा, पूरा का पूरा वर्किंग ही रिकॉर्ड करेगा मैं. बिकॉज अगर वर्किंग के साथ रिकॉर्ड कर दिया, इवन इफ दे चेंज द आर्टिकल, आई विल हैव अ बैकअप. इवन इफ दे से दैट नो दिस इज नॉट जस्टिफाइड, आई विल हैव द एंटायर वीडियो रिकॉर्डेड विद मी. आई सेड प्रूव मी रॉन्ग. नाउ देयर इज ओनली वन रिस्क, दैट somebody might say this is copyright infringement. That is the only concern. But for that I am using all the free articles that they have published online. And then I will ask for the accountability. Where is the media accountability? So I am trying to create points where if I connect it, भाई घूम के एक चक्रव्यूह बन जाए जिसमें से पब्लिक का भी बेनिफिट हो. मतलब बेनिफिट हो मतलब मेरा रिपोर्ट पढ़ के नहीं, लोग अपना दिमाग लगाओ कि ये चीज कर सकता है. दीज आर वेज वेयर वी कैन ऑल्सो कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट. राष्ट्रवाद करना ही है तो छोटा छोटा चीज है, एवरीबडी कैन डू इट. 10 मिनट लगेगा. अभी तो मैं भाई फुकीज भाई तू है करके मैं ऐसे ही बड़बड़ रहा हूँ, वरना मैं सोचा था आधा घंटा करेगा, आधा घंटे डिस्कस करके वो क्लोज कर देगा करके. एंड मैं इंग्लिश में करने का सोच रहा था, तो ब्रेक करके आई पुट इट देयर. बट अगर कोई साथ में रहेगा तो कैसा बातचीत करने का जैसे चलते रहेगा. सो माय पॉइंट इज देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोप दैट कैन बी डन. सी व्हेन अंकित इज सेइंग दैट ये प्रेडिक्शन है, व्हाट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर डूइंग इज that they are picking it out, they are picking out the statements and they are repeating that statement, which does not make much sense. Instead अपना खुद का क्रिएटिव डालने चालू करेगा तो ज्यादा अच्छा है. This is what I think. I could be wrong, but let's see क्या होता है करके. So anyways, आज का तो मैं क्लोज करता हूँ, आगे का देखते हैं. Let's see how things unfold. मेरे को ये पेपे एस्कोबार को बेसिस रख के लेट्स स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग ऑन हाउ टू टेक केयर ऑफ दीज वेस्टर्न एक्सपर्ट्स. आगे का देखा जाएगा, जो भी जैसा होता है. जय हिंद.